Landing's a misnomer. All you have to do is touch somewhere. Once you're touching, if you stop giving more down, it'll stay there for you.
Even more, yeah.
Just gotta like touch a finger to balance yourself while you're
I'm doing
walking
the,
down
can
the
I do
hall.
the video soon?
Do it. Nice.
Can you come in there, Emily?
Yeah, sure.
There you go, Steve.
There.
I did
Micro
it.
condos.
Very nice.
I did it.
Frame it up.
Yeah, it's awesome.
There we go.
Looks like there's something inside of it.
A
Yeah.
little squat lobster, or there's a little
Squats.
shrimp. You know, the red thing.
A hatchery.
Very nice.
Okay, video, come wide.
Come on wide.
All right, let's keep those moves rolled in and just keep going
Roger.
for as long as
Really,
it's kind of flattish here.
really freak out the bridge and call in a ship move.
You'll be denied voice authorization.
Yeah.
tonight.
Bridge now.
Do it, Jess. You know you've always wanted to do it.
I do.
It's really fun to drive the ship from the control vent.
Can you push in past Mongo there?
Yep.
Thanks.
You can tilt up one on your H2.
Oh, that's what it is.
Somebody had just
There you
asked
go.
how you
That's
become the
perfect.
navigator. I guess you just swap seats. And
Yeah,
let
you just,
him-
it's really just a matter of just sitting there.
Yeah. Just show up. And we actually roll a dice before we go on watch.
Yeah, this cruise I rolled scientist again.
Yeah.
7th year in a row.
7th year in a row.
Same with the
So
video.
we're gonna step
They're
30,
weighted dice, I swear.
30 at some.
Yeah,
What's
you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
30 at some.
You little
You gotta work up
hesitant.
to it.
I'm working up to it. Bridge nav. Another step, 30 meters. Thanks.
Jess, can you take a picture of me so I can put on the
I already
refrigerator that I
did.
don't have at home?
I took a picture of you
Or
running.
the home that I don't have?
I don't have. I don't have a. is
I
it- do
took
you-
it running.
Thanks, Emily.
Oh, my fidget cube.
Now let me
I
set
got
my-
some portraits. I got some regular photos. I went all out.
Steve, I don't see anything.
Off to the left-hand side, there was something.
There's a crab.
Is that a crab?
Yeah.
Yep.
It looks like it.
Little red crab. Chase you on. All right.
In theory, that should be
Careful.
flash off.
He's much better with the manips. We don't have to zoom in on that one. Just
Okay.
noting it out.
Noted.
Mhm.
Away we go. Yeah, you've got this dialed in. This is a joy to fly.
I should reach over there and turn some knobs. See
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Mess up the Z bias.
Right.
You might not have a refrigerator, but that's why they invented Instagram and Facebook, right?
It's no fun
Yeah.
with the Z bias, Rennie. You're only flying X and Y.
I'm
I
sure.
know,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
Sure.
Digital refrigerator.
You gotta be
hand-
fighting something.
you're also flying with the Z.
You're just adjusting a.
Adjusting, yeah.
If you want to take it off, you can 0 Z bias.
I don't. Thank you for offering. I'm creating bad video by not being very slow there.
That's fine. It's cool terrain though. It's nice and flat.
Yeah, it is really nice.
Don't you have to do something with the nav screen over there, navigator? Ship is moved right off the screen.
Excuse me, guys.
I don't trust him if I can't see him.
Let's see here. Do that right?
There's a sponge in there.
How do I pan on this thing?
On which
I
one?
found it.
Yeah, there's a different mouse.
Yes.
You're a navigator now, Chaz. That's
Yeah,
all it
it
takes.
requires at least 3 mice and 10 keyboards.
Right.
Oh. You're great, Rennie.
Thanks. There's not much. I wish there was more to look at right now.
Yeah, me too.
We're all right there with you.
All of my corals
There's a-
disappeared.
There's a sponge over there.
Right when we got to intermediate waypoint, gone.
Went down. Yeah, right where we thought that there would be. Well, I did mark that last lobe in case we wanted to
Yeah, no, I
go
mean,
back there.
we're not going to backtrack now. We have a lot of ways to go.
Roger. Call one more ship move. Set point, the changes. Set point.
Yeah, keep it moving.
Yeah.
This is
Just
boring.
keep swimming.
Except
Just
for
keep
Rennie,
swimming.
Just look like he's having fun.
I'm having lots of fun.
Bridge nav. Another step, 30 meters.
I'm really curious to just know what they're thinking
I've never
right now.
called the bridge before. This is awesome. Besides on the deck radios, this is great.
They're doing some pretty cool Z steps there.
What's that?
Oh, they're steps. So Z step.
Oh yeah, I think
It's
that's.
only a 10-meter footprint.
We always have in our checklist bridge communications, and since we've done launch
Nice.
and recover, launch and recovery, and I know the crew on in the bridge. Before watch, I'll just go up to them and be like, "I'm gonna
There you
say hi
go.
to you." And they're like, "All right," and they go, "Hi guys," and they're like, "Hi Emily."
We snap in there.
Let me get closer.
How do I zoom out? Oh, I see.
Click a button and hope for the best.
Nice, Rennie.
Pin it. Pin it. Go ahead. Zoom there, video.
Zooming in.
Nice.
Full zoom in, just to focus.
All right, so we got a bubblegum coral,
Bubblegum.
Paragorgia.
Bubbles.
What the?
And,
Can we frame it up a little bit better?
yeah.
Get the crinoids in there and everything.
Zoom a little bit in.
Yep.
Keep it all in frame though.
Oh.
There you go.
My zooming hand's being knocked around.
Yeah, we're rolling.
All right,
Okay.
good captures. Let's go.
Full wide video.
Full wide.
Are those gray blobs like dead critters?
I think they're old sponges, right?
Where?
Are you talking about those?
Yeah, like the mounds and stuff.
Yeah, that's a sponge, I think.
So,
Right,
Steve,
Steve?
And that's Mongo.
Maybe. I had assumed it was a rock.
It kind of looks like a,
Yeah. Could be sponges.
yeah.
So Steve, we want to continue up to waypoint 5
That's
along
correct.
this contour along high. Can you see myself
Yeah.
on high pack?
Yeah, waypoint 5 is a little offset there. You can, well, no, let's go to waypoint 5 direct from where we're at.
Direct from
Sort
where
of
we
big.
are. So do you don't want to go up this
gonna
contour
keep
then go
running
over,
into
or
stuff.
do you want
Yeah,
to?
let's go straight to 5. Yeah.
Roger. So something more around the lines of this.
Yep. And what's our distance to that?
You need the regular mouse pointer, and then you just click and drag.
regular mouse.
Rennie
pointer.
multitasking.
Oop.
Hello, fish.
Ooh, fish.
Rat tail fish.
A fish.
Yeah, let me just run into, I think every rock I see, I think I'll just crash into it. That's,
No, Rennie,
Sounds
you're
like a
doing
good
great.
plan.
yeah,
I mean, that's how we get samples, right?
right.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
scrape the bottom.
It looks like it's a 353 bearing 280 meters, 280 meters away.
Oh, good. And we're not even halfway through our watch yet. All
And
right.
do you want us to do some steps to get there, or do you want us to do a line track?
Let's track it. You know, this is pretty dull now.
Okay, so 0.2, and then I've hurt my bearing here. 353, I think it was.
My conclusion is that Herc is not hard to fly, but it's hard to fly well.
You're doing great, Rennie.
Yeah, it's super sweet flying vehicle.
Yeah.
It's a dream.
Let's do 355.
Well, there's two things that frustrate me when I'm trying to do video analyses. It's that when there's no corals, and when we're too high up off the bottom, we can't differentiate the corals. So this is good. We don't have any corals to look at. It's not
But
the pilot's fault. Yeah, and we're pretty darn close to the bottom.
Yeah, that's my least favorite.
We're getting
either,
rock samples.
when it's too blue. It just does a good
you're
job of
only-
having it not be blue. So.
If you're touching, you're too close.
You're doing great.
The occasional bump at anything under a half a knot
All right, do you guys want
doesn't
to,
bend anything. It's fine.
pilots, do you guys want to start a line, tracking a line at 0.2 at 355?
Sure.
Sure.
355I.
Bridge nav. Can we track a line 0.2 knots at 355? Thank you.
Yeah, I find with Jess's Z-bias, I crash in all the time too.
Whoa, guys.
She trusts, she's adjusting up all the time.
Mm.
She's not really adjusting up, she's just putting less down trim in.
Yeah.
This is slightly down slope. I think that's messing me up.
We all got to start crashing somewhere.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
This she got in there, 33. Yeah, I can't, like 30, 28, somewhere in there. I like it when I let go of it, it floats.
It still floats, this one, just very minimally.
I like it to float right now. Not that patient.
You patient?
Can we zoom on the white fan in front of us?
Yeah. Let me,
The one on the right, not the one on the left.
yeah.
Yep.
See if I can pirouette around it.
Ah.
Without crashing into it or the seafloor.
Looks great, Rennie.
Thanks.
I'll come down and give you a little more leash to
Thanks.
move your tail around.
Go ahead, zoom there, video.
Zooming in.
Rennie, I'll steal it back at 12 on UTC.
Yeah, 7 minutes, great.
Okay, I think this is Swift, yeah.
Feel kind of cool calling in ship moves.
I feel kind of cool flying the vehicle.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah. Do you need it more framed up any there?
No, that's okay.
Okay, video, come wide.
Come on.
Let me just see where I am.
Nice.
Yeah. Too high. Okay. Oh, a wall, huh? for my first challenge.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz. What do you do when you reach a wall?
Yeah. Hitting the ground
Ramming
is a little bit
speed.
more riskier here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Full ramming speed?
And don't forget to
Question mark?
watch above you.
I can brighten up Argus for you so you have a
Yeah, better to do
little
it here
more
than
reference.
on the carbonate platform. Those some of those carbonate overhangs are doozies. You can get trapped inside of some of those things real fast.
It's more fun in Endeavor when giant pieces of smoking hydrothermal vent land on top of the vehicle.
Yeah,
Holy
that's
moly.
huge.
That's huge.
We have
Anemone.
different versions of fun.
how old does that anemone
We
have
brought
to be
back
to get
samples
that
that
big?
takes 2 people to get off the top of the vehicle. Tilt up a bit for you there.
No idea.
Thanks.
I don't even know if it's possible to age
Definitely feeling the
anemones
current
or
here.
how you would.
Okay.
They don't
What's
have
your,
a
what's your tether there?
they don't have a very
I get
obvious skeleton
you're
that you
good.
can
Got
date.
it. So no tree rings.
No, yeah, I don't know how you would date an anemone.
Ask
Well, first you
Dennis.
start with dinner.
That's where I was going.
Walked right into that one.
Have it go on a ship.
Alright.
Yeah.
Give someone its passport. Get put on a list.
If you wag a little right, that'll give you enough time to
Yeah,
let
yeah.
Argus get up.
It's just this current. The lateral doesn't want to go. I think I gotta turn a little bit into it.
It's got all dinky laterals on it.
Yeah. It's like definitely doable, but you can feel how different it is.
Especially if you're dragging your...
No, that's me. I haven't figured that part out yet.
I don't think you are, but if it has any, those laterals can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, another big sponge.
Oh yeah.
That move was 350.
355.
355.
It's just going at 0.2.
Going at 0.2, 355.
I'll adjust Argus is heading to suit the vessel track.
Roger that.
355.1.
Decimal one.
Decimal 1.
And you want to get by your feet here and grab my water.
Yeah. What is that thing up there? Is that just that's that big, is that an octopus?
Oh, what is that?
Right? What is it? Yeah, I want to see it though. Oh no. It's not.
Huge
it's a
fish.
Oh, we got a fake out.
Big fish.
Thanks, Jess. And definitely current. Definite current. And also tether.
All right, you got a minute left. It's time to test your limits. Do something cool.
I'm already testing my limits by being at the end of the tether. I'm just waiting for Argus to come. And I can't. It's nothing fun to look at in the meantime.
Any theory, Steve, why the sudden change in coral density?
I mean, there's still a decent current, Still a lot of particulate matter in the water column.
Is that
Substrate doesn't look to have changed significantly. I'm guessing oxygen at this point. Oxygen is pretty low. Not really low, but low enough that it might be a factor.
Do you have those readouts back there, do you?
Yeah, we're looking at 73 micromoles per liter, which is lowish, but not, exceptionally low. It's not really anoxic or hypoxic quite yet.
Ship's still moving, right, Jess? So.
Got this midwater holothurian follow that I'm attempting here.
Should be.
Yeah, 0.3.
Is it possible for me to?
What do you need?
Oh, just checking to make sure the ship's still.
You can tell by the track line to see how far we've gone. Kind of keep glancing over at that.
It's on the map, not the tracking though.
I mean on the HIPAC screen or on this screen, you can take a look at
Yeah.
see if you're moving.
Yeah, we're still moving.
Yeah. There we go. I was just kind of bouncing at the front of it. All right, Jess.
All right, Rennie.
Ready
You
to
did
come
it great.
He's still moving.
Yeah. You did great though. It's
Thanks.
awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. Congratulations.
Hey.
Thanks, guys.
All right, who's next? Alicia, you want to drive?
That's a negative.
Contact. Contact.
Yeah, how to confuse the bridge. Have every person sit nav.
Everybody just calls the bridge from their own respective stations.
That's one way to get a mutiny.
Yeah.
Bridge nav.
Nice job, Rennie.
Thanks.
Seems like we're stuck in repeat here.
I only hit about half the rocks. I expect to hit all of them. So.
You did great.
And not a single loose one.
Yeah.
Woohoo. Video, you want to come full wide on her real quick?
Yep.
All right, go ahead and push in past Mongo, please.
Pushing in.
Well,
Thanks.
Waypoint 5 is the last kind of high point on this ridge before we get onto the carbonate platform itself. So let's see how it looks.
Roger.
After waypoint 5, we drop down a little bit, and then it's not much. I think dive plan says.
Wonder if we've seen any of those.
It says it's only about 10 meters, but let's see. Oh, 6 and 7. No, it says it's only about 10 meters, but I don't think that's real. It looks a lot more than that.
What's 10 meters?
The difference in depth between 5 and 6.
These are 5 meter contours. 5
Goes down a
One of
bit.
the starfish there.
goes down a bit and comes up a bit. Or 6.
Oh, 6 is way out there. Yeah, we have to.
It could be a 10 meter difference. So, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
It does go down and then goes back up.
What's that's downslope like?
Kind of similar to what we came up, just what we're coming up.
I think in the essence of time, we might want to just go mid-water and tow off a little bit and then drop back down.
Yeah.
Sure.
We could, bless you.
Bless you.
We could drive it with it kind
Thank
of in
you.
view in case you see like a whole, you know, community you want to stop at, or just mid-water and skip it.
How does the speed compare?
Because it doesn't seem that like there's a lot of outcrops. It's all like kind of just down. I don't think.
What are you trying to work out, Steve? How fast to get from point A to point B?
Well, we'll be going down a slope, so we could either mid-water and drop down at the bottom and go up the following slope, or we could try to keep it like half in view in case we see a bunch of coral off, you know, and then we could stop the ship. One would be probably, you know, we could transfer over there at a knot, drop down, or we could drive along at maybe half a knot or something.
Yeah, if you just want to see it partly in view, is that?
You can keep it in view at half a knot.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Downslope, yeah.
With this terrain.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll decide when we get to 5. Let's see what it looks like at 5. If it still looks pretty barren, we'll drop down from the mid-water, and if there's something up there, we'll. Yeah.
Roger.
We could probably cowboy up a bit and keep it in view at a knot. It's the last dive of the cruise.
Got to cowboy something.
Yeah, my concern is that the amount it's going to be slower going the shallower we go.
Yeah.
Because we're going to want to look at more stuff, because there's going to be more stuff. So that's where I'm banking some time for.
Yeah.
So, you know, we really surveyed the 900 to 1,000 meter depth range in the last 2 dives, and I don't really want to repeat that all over.
Yeah, the boss lady says our published max speed is a knot, so I think maybe even more if we want. But
All right, Steve, so which do you prefer? Do you want us to keep the video pushing a little bit there, please?
if the bottom is benign like it is now, we can.
Yeah.
We still have a
that's
bunch
good
of
video.
upslope to go. We'll just keep, like, we'll decide that at the time.
What was that question?
So do you want us to keep bottom in sight then? Is that what I'm hearing? Go ahead and come wide video.
Yeah, until waypoint 5, we'll keep going like this, but we'll decide at waypoint 5.
Sure thing.
Yeah, we're going upslope for a while.
There's a Tremaster again. We're going to see that star a lot in the shallows. Tremaster mirabilis. I didn't know they get this deep, actually. They kind of look like mounds, but we passed it a minute ago. I'll point it out the next one we see.
What is it called again? Trinaster?
Tremaster.
Tremaster.
Why do I have the name Rathbanister stuck in my head?
Rathbanaster.
Rathbanaster.
Rathbanaster is the big
one.
Pacific West Coast massive star, multi-armed sun star.
I remember now because it was Rathbanaster, and then I just kept calling it Rathbanister because I thought that was funny. Clearly,
I think it's funny.
the joke doesn't last multiple seasons. It's hilarious.
But that
to
part's
me.
funny.
Yeah.
What's the slope on the drop, Renee?
Roughly, well, we're about to go. We're kind of in a flattish portion, and then it'll get steeper.
No.
That steeper bit is what the slope will be on the downslope on the other end. I can zoom out and show you if you want to see.
Yeah. What is it, like 30-degree slope or 20-degree or
I could calculate it, but
roughly?
what did I say these were? 5 meters.
What was the distance from 5 to 6 again? Sorry, but I keep on forgetting here.
It's okay. I'll zoom out.
It's at least a kilometer.
Yeah, 1.2.
Yeah.
1.2
Okay.
clicks.
Yep.
So half an hour to knot. Is that right?
Yeah, but we only have to get downslope 500 meters, 400 meters.
15 minutes at a knot.
Yeah. By the time it starts up and slows down, I might not even. We'll barely get up to a knot. Wow, that's like a Mobius strip sponge.
Kind of is it? We're still about, what, 150 from the waypoint 5 there?
Roger that.
Alright.
Current's still pretty light up here? Or
It's still
somewhat?
pushing a bit, but you can kind of see it. I'm not doing any stick right now. So it's not ripping as it was down below, but still present.
Transit tunes.
Yeah, I like it.
Alright, I have a question for Nav.
Uh-huh.
Just to see if what we allocated for this dive is actually coming true. Based on the distance we've covered so far since we got on bottom, divided by time, what's our rate for the dive so far? Meters per hour.
Let's see. We've covered a lot of distance. I do plan on answering that question. I'm just looking at it.
Long-term project.
Yeah.
Can we zoom on the yellow coral in the lower left in the meanwhile?
Sure thing.
We have covered a lot of distance. Wow.
We have, yeah.
All right, video, go ahead and push in there, please. Oh, stand by. Ugh. Sorry, can you come a little wide, please, video? Thanks.
2.75 kilometers. What time did we, I got an on bottom here.
We got in the water at 4.
Go ahead and push all the way in there,
Bottom
video.
of 5.
It was after we switched for dinner, so what, 5:30?
You want to come a little bit wide and just frame it up? Yep. There, that's good. I'll do one bump down.
5:30. So 9 hours.
All right. That's about as good as it's going to get for the middle.
Okay.
You want to push in a bit there for more video, please?
300 kilometers. Sorry, 300 meters per hour
That's really good.
on the bottom. Not including descent. What's our dive planned for? How many kilometers?
All right, video,
And how
come
many
wide,
hours?
please.
Yeah, I'll start with that coral. Our dive plan is 5.9 total.
Mm-hmm. How many hours?
24 hours, let's assume first, before we have to break into our contingency time in case we don't finish. Say 24 hours.
You're gonna go ahead and push past Mongo, please.
Yeah, that's 250 meters per hour.
Good.
And we're already making 300. So
Pretty good.
Should be good.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's assuming too that our ascent time is going to be negligible, assuming we're up in the shallows. Or it'll be minimal, maybe not negligible.
Yeah. I'd say that we're doing pretty good.
Okay. Very nice.
It's interesting, the vessel still uses knots instead of meters per minute for the horizontal.
We like to be fancy on
Is
this
that standard in most other ships?
Traditional.
Nice and fancy.
Makes it, depends on the vessel, but makes it a lot easier when you're trying to calculate.
We definitely switch from, when we're mapping, our distance units are usually in nautical miles for the, just to like assess time better, but then we switch our units over to meters when we're on a dive. So meters per minute would make sense when we're in.
Meters per second is
meters per second.
Easier. So if a wire's coming down and the vessel's moving, you can, okay, if it's coming down at, you know, a meter a second, and the vessel's moving at half a meter a second.
This white fan here, can we look at that on the right?
Yeah,
Sure.
1 knot is half
Sure.
a meter a second.
Makes it easier to hit a box.
Right.
And if you're coming up and down all the time and the ship's moving all the time, it's pretty
so
hard to
30
do it in knots.
30 meters a minute
All right, video.
is 1
actually, stand by.
knot. Is that right?
All right, video, go ahead and push in.
Meters a minute. No.
It's times half
That's good.
though.
Stand by.
I can't do meters a minute, because meters a second.
Meters
right,
is
go ahead and push in a bit more there, video.
half a meter per second is
good.
1 knot.
90 meters a minute is 2 knots, isn't it?
Okay.
I'd say it's about 30.8667.
Yeah, 30 meters a minute is 1 knot.
All right, that's good enough, pilot.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Roger.
30
I've got a
meters
cheat sheet
minute.
over here.
Go ahead and come wide, video.
Justin has the world's base of knowledge.
Right.
What are you talking about? Justin totally did that all in his head.
It's 30 meters a minute is 1 knot.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Well, the corals are
Our
starting
max
to come back
descent
now
rate.
as we get into this slope. Maybe it was a slope
Yeah,
thing.
the current, I mean, the current's a little bit faster now here.
Yeah, well,
You
that
can kind of see it smear across the face here.
that is quite the gradation then.
Yeah. Just got in the seat, so corals came out. They knew I was in
They were
toddler mode.
scared.
No, you did great, Bernie. I'm coming up. You want to come up a bit there on the delta there, Dan?
Coming up.
Delta Dan.
But it's the same type corals we were seeing below, correct?
Yeah, I think so. It's a lot of that stony coral rubble here. A lot of rubble. Okay, so maybe oxygen isn't the problem, because oxygen is still decreasing, actually.
Seems lower here, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's going to be decreasing as we get shallower until about...
Really?
Yep. Oxygen minimum's around 600, 600-ish.
What? How does that work? And then it goes back up again?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's oceanographic stratification.
Is that common or just typical of this area?
It depends on where you are. Yeah, deep waters. So in the open ocean, you have an oxygen minimum somewhere in the 600 to 800 meter range in this area. And as you move deeper, oxygen increases, and as you move shallower than that, oxygen increases. But it's both a function of intermediate water masses impinging on the sea floor at those depths, as well as just respiration of biology at those depths, drawing down oxygen. I think it's the oxygen minimum is most strongly pronounced right on the equator. So I think when we reach those depths, we'll probably see some of the lowest oxygen values of the cruise in the, let's say, 600 to 800 meter range. Before then, though, I hope to see a big stony coral outcrop. That would be a huge boost to my hypotheses about how deep water coral communities are structured in this latitude.
That little starfish looked like it was trying to pull together two rocks. But they were pulling it apart. There's another pycnogonid there, maybe? Or is that a squat?
Squat lobster.
That's a little squat lobster.
Or homalid crab, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
How often do they spawn, Steve? Is it?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's difficult to say.
That's pretty
Nice bunch.
Yeah, so these are chirostylid crabs, the red ones on the fans. Okay, we're moving into some different stuff here.
Do they all spawn at the same time?
Unclear.
No.
Yeah. I mean, we're really still, there's a
pycnogonid, yeah.
We're really still trying to figure out what are the triggers for reproduction in the deep sea. We don't know, normally shallow water, things reproduce on an annual cycle or, sometimes more frequently, but in the deep sea, it's not clear what triggers reproductive output to generate eggs or generate sperm. It's not clear. And we don't have a lot of opportunities to go out to the same place in the middle of the ocean over the course of a year, monthly or something like that. So all of our knowledge about the deep sea is just data points.
You'd have to put a McLean down there for a year or something, a sediment sampler that rotates every so often.
Yeah, oh man, if every single proposal that I think has been written about studying deep water corals has included something about a sediment trap or mooring or something, but it never actually comes out.
Oh, why?
Well, I mean, if they get deployed, they may not actually get picked up, which is frustrating.
Yeah.
So that's
to get back to it. Yeah.
You have to get back to it. You have to recover it.
What about all the Ocean Networks Canada has a bunch of, but they don't really have a lot of coral out that way, do they?
Yeah.
Well, they got tons of McLeans kicking around now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them possibly midwater.
We one of the early cruises out, I forget where it was, Denver Axial or somewhere. There was a toilet sediment sampler. And it was a toilet on a pallet, and it was rigged to flush.
Was it really
like once a month or something?
No, really?
We had it. We were bringing it up, and the pallet was a bit rotten. And we got the whole thing to the surface, and between the interface and the deck, the toilet disengaged from the pallet, went back down to the deep. Years worth of data.
Yeah.
Down the toilet.
It's always it's the most dangerous moment. is
Oh, it was
at the
tragic.
surface. Yeah.
I felt so bad.
Yeah, I mean, the productivity regime in the West Coast, Pacific Northwest is very different from out here.
Yeah.
And you probably have sedimentation rates there from particulate matter in the water column, centimeters, you know, per year maybe.
Yeah.
Here it's like centimeters per 100 years.
Yeah.
Or more. 1,000 years.
Seems that way just from looking at it.
Yeah.
Just being in those different places.
Really? That different, huh?
Oh yeah. It's a big factor.
So some of these organisms could go decades between cycles then?
Oh, yeah, we don't even know. Yeah. We don't even know. Yeah, I mean, if we could come out here month after month and collect the same species of coral from the same depth, we may be able to determine that. But then you only know about that that coral.
Right.
You don't, you know, there's very different reproductive cycles for different taxa.
You'd have to come back to the same spot and study the same group or the same area.
Yeah. So some of the corals we do know the most about reproduction are the ones that are closest to shore. So for example, Lophelia in the Atlantic, off of Scandinavia, off of the UK. We know a lot about reproduction of stony corals off there. We know a little bit about octocoral reproduction in the Alaskan fjords at Glacier Bay National Park due to some recent field work there, sampling over months. We know some about the Chilean fjords, Desmophyllum. It's a cup coral that lives down there. We know something about its reproduction from repeated sampling over the course of a year. And actually, a colleague of mine was just in the Antarctic studying deep water corals that live on the Antarctic Peninsula shelf. And they were able to sample many cup corals that live on the sediment on the shelf and actually spawn them in the lab, which was really cool. And they were examining how various factors of ocean acidification and warming influence. Can we zoom in the star?
Sure.
Yeah. How that influences the larval competency and behavior.
Do you follow the Discovery Corridor off of Halifax there?
I'm not familiar with it.
They do a,
This current's
I
blowing me
think
off.
it's an annual or a biannual cruise. And they call it the Discovery Corridor. There's no fishing there. There's just giant
All right, video, go ahead and push in, please.
corals there, Paragorgia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You want to push in
Yeah,
faster,
off
video?
of the northeast shelf.
That's
They've
good.
done
Just
the
come
DNA
a little bit
sampling.
wide. All right, push in a bit more.
I think they're
I'll scream it
they
up
were
one.
just back there in June on that.
Let me know when you get your frame grabs, because I'm pretty under Argus right now.
Yeah.
A little bit behind.
You can see the vibration in the camera from the current.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sure thing. Come wide.
Very good. Yeah, I mean, Northeast Canyons and Grand Banks area, you know, there's some massive corals out there. Paragorgia and Primnoa.
Yeah, those are
Bamboo
the
corals too.
two names I recognize.
Yep.
Yeah, like 2 to 3 meters tall.
Oh, they're huge.
Just massive.
Yeah. Yeah, when the Gulf Stream waters carry warm waters north, and then it meets the Labrador Current, you get a lot of productivity in that area. And part of the reason why the Grand Banks are so, or were great fishing spots.
So these aren't barnacles covering the rocks anymore, are they?
Yeah, it looks like it's changed a little bit. I think they're either a type of zoanthid or anemone. Yeah, really weird.
This current's much stronger now.
It's a good observation.
In that valley port on Argus.
What's that?
There's a couple gizmos that you can put on Argus that will give you a current profile.
Oh, yeah.
And you account for the vessel speed.
ADCP.
Yeah, it's a poor man's ADCP.
Yeah.
They're made by Valleyport. They're
Gonna come up a bit there on the delta there.
coming up. Sorry.
Thank you. No worries. Yeah, it's interesting how you go over certain ridges and you get much stronger currents.
Mm-hmm.
Probably why all these sponges and corals are living over here, but
When you have a peaceful minute, can we zoom in on the rock surface to look at the texture of this? What's going on with the texture of the rock?
sure, we have a somewhat peaceful 30 seconds here. Video, go ahead and push in, please.
That's all we ask for.
Go ahead and push it a bit faster if you want. That's good.
Yeah, so we've got
Yeah, little anemones
anemones.
and barnacles.
Anemones and barnacles.
There's a little squat lobster stuck in there at the bottom. Got his one claw out like he's about to grab something.
Okay. Let's
Is
move
that good
on.
for you? All right, come away, please, video.
So as the anemones
Thank
get
you.
older and larger, do they just kind of like, one of them starts taking over the area and then the rest of them get
Or are these just different
incorporated?
species that are smaller?
These, yeah, I mean, when it gets on the small side of things, it's really hard to tell zoanthids from anemones. But anemones and zoanthids, I think, can undergo a form of asexual reproduction where they just can lacerate themselves and then they split off and form two clones effectively. So these may or may not even be genetically distinct. They might just all be clones of the same individual. Not clear.
Is that a big sponge or is that a patch of sand in Argus?
Oh,
There it is.
yeah.
It's a big sponge and it's coming into frame.
Yeah. Same one we
I should
slurped
have
up.
been patient.
Cloud sponge.
Yeah.
Good thing we got a piece of this. Holy moly, that's like at least the
giant sponge.
that is bigger than
It's
I
really
thought.
set up to catch it in that
Can we look
current.
at the other
No wonder,
side? Yeah, can we look at the other side, or you have time?
Yeah, sure.
no
thing.
wonder it's doing so well. It's like just catching everything. It's like a catcher's mitt.
Oh. This maneuver might take a quick second.
That's awesome.
Look at that thing. Woo!
You can fly
funnel.
Herc in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, parking garage.
It's doing really well. It's well set up.
basket star?
Just make sure I
Yeah.
don't get pushed into it.
It's the inspiration for the Sydney Opera House.
Yeah,
right?
looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Wow. That's
If you guys
so
got a
awesome.
screen grab, I'm gonna boogie on, but that's a cool sponge.
Definitely captured.
Roger. Goodbye, sponge. come up on the, yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Sponge sidetrackness.
Maybe there's more over here, but.
They're all set up like that. The ones that
Yeah.
are successful, at least.
I wonder if this is consistent flow.
Yeah.
They're huge. All of these guys. Look at these things.
Sponge City.
Yeah.
Steve, you mentioned that waypoint 5 is just, you know, you just want to get to the peak here, right?
Yeah, peak, anywhere on the peak.
Okay. So we'll just keep going, and then I may have to step over to the west a bit, but I'll probably just stop the ship at the top somewhere.
Yeah, I think stopping the ship in case we want to sample, in case there's anything up there, is a good idea before we start our next
for sure.
leg.
There might even be a rock thing. I haven't, like, a lot of these have looked like they could possibly just be part of the ground, so I haven't really asked for samples yet, but I'm hoping that maybe we'll find some rock to sample soon.
This current makes me have barely any laterals. Pretty much no laterals.
Pretty much.
Oh, it's a strong one.
What kind of sponge did you say that was, Steve? The giant sponges?
I have no idea. It's not in any of our sponge guides.
That's the same one we took a sample of though, right?
Yeah, we have a sample of it.
It's so funny when you take off your headset in this van. You know that everyone's talking, but you can't hear anybody. They're just super quiet. And then it's like funny if you come in off watch and you're just like standing there and listening, and
why is it so quiet?
People talking
so
to each
quiet,
other.
and then suddenly everyone bursts out in laughter, and you're like, what?
I'm going to change my heading real quick, Steve. Yeah, I'll come back. It's just I need to move a little bit to the right of Argus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see how waypoint 5 looks like it's a little offset to the east there.
Yeah.
So do what you need to do to get us on top of the thing.
Yeah, sounds good.
Once we get a little further, I'll stop the ship and bump west or so. Northwest.
All right.
Yeah, you forget how much you can't hear in this van.
Look at that, huh? This is why Trevor was laughing when we came in. Just said, have fun. Good luck.
Crazy flow.
Lots of sponges here.
Yeah.
It's funny how, they've populated this and not coral. Wonder what the reasoning for that is.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm just going to take off my headset for a second to fix my hat.